Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining us. Just hanging out here doing a little painting. Glad you could stop and hang out. My name is David Lozeau. I'm a Southern California based artist. If it's your first stream, feel free to ask any questions, firing through about the art, process, technique, any of that stuff. Today we're going to do a little enamel if you're new here. So the background is painted with acrylics. All of the colors are gouache, like an opaque watercolor. And what I'm doing tonight is an enamel. An enamel is like a pinstriper paint. I'm going to go through and do all the detail here. We'll focus on the skeleton cowboy's head and some of his chest tonight. So you'll see a little bit of that. So, and I'll post progress pics for the rest of it so you can see. But again, thanks for joining me. Feel free to fire any questions you have through and let's get going here. Feel we mix it up and do a Saturday night for those who might miss our Thursday or Friday streams.
Chuck Sapienza says, hi, David.
Hey, Chuck. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. It's fun to do some more cowboy stuff. It's been a long time. I can't remember the last one we did. There's so many genres. It's fun to bounce around, and some of them just get skipped a little bit and forget about them. But not only do I have this one, I have another one that came out during the creation of this one. So we'll have some Western stuff coming.
Alan Kaufman says, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, Alan. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you here. Glad everybody's hanging out. Glad you guys aren't bored of seeing me do this.
Jordan says, hi, David.
Hey, Jordan. Thanks for hanging out. If you are new to my work and you like this Western stuff, there's a whole bunch more on my site. Find a bunch there, along with military, samurai, traditional, Dia de los Muertos, just about everything. So make sure you guys check that out.
Matt Kidd says, good evening to the both of you again. I'm going to fire a question your way here.
All right, fire away, Matt. We're ready. Otherwise, I'll just talk.
Oh, somebody.
Yeah, you want that.
Somebody say this.
Somebody stop him. And 1/3 of the shipping department is here also.
The smallest third.
The smallest third. With his own cam, because he just demands that or else he won't come down.
Michael Reed Keen popped into the feed. Dave Coos says, always admired your work.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Barry says, hi, David. Any exhibits or events in the near future when we can see your work and possibly you?
Is that Barry?
That is Barry.
Barry, thanks again for hanging on the stream. So right now, I have nothing planned. I have no events. I'm retired from doing festival type stuff for right now. I have nothing scheduled for 2021 as of yet. Again, everything's still kind of in flux, so we're still just kind of navigating stuff. And right now, the stream is where we hang out. So So we might do, SEMA, those kind of shows again, once things kind of, get sorted out and the events get started back up again. So as of right now, though, there are nothing. You're missing nothing.
Jeff says, thanks for sharing. Dig your style and subject matter.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for indulging me with my little weird skeleton fetish.
AJ over on Facebook says, great job.
Thank you, AJ. Appreciate hanging out with us on Facebook.
Wendy Burkett is saying, do you ever come to Kentucky?
Oh, Wendy, even when I traveled, I didn't come to Kentucky. That's too far.
You're trying to keep it in like a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, we were in a 6-hour drive, and we're in Southern California, so you'll have to come to me, apparently.
Yeah, that is far.
But again, we started the stream with the idea that we can't reach everybody, but the streams, at least you could watch the art being made, ask questions, so this is even better.
Well, better for us.
Better for us, yeah. I meant better for us.
I had candy, a drink, a dog at my feet.
Yeah.
My own bed to sleep in.
After being on
the road is easy.
Exactly. After being on the road for 12, 13 years, right? I mean, we did so many shows and festivals, and multiple ones each month. So it's I don't mind being in the studio and getting work done. I miss the painting in front of people, though. That's how I cut my teeth. It's always been part of the art. So this here gives me a little bit of that. So feel free to heckle, eat kettle corn, make me feel like I'm at a festival.
I'm going to get a bag of popcorn and just...
Yeah, stand behind me, loudly chewing.
Yep. Irene says, love your work.
Hey, Irene. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it.
Jeff says he also has a skeleton fetish.
This is our fetish. This is our fetish meeting.
Creepy. So Matt Kidd says, I've seen a lot of your framed works. Have you ever painted on something other than canvas? Something more three-dimensional, like vinyl figures or surfboards? Wow.
What was the name? Matt?
Matt. Yeah.
Matt. Well, Matt, I've done all those things. So I've done probably 4 or 5 surfboards. I've done motorcycles, cars, vans, hot rods, helmets. So as for the vinyl figures, so when I was doing shows, and you're gonna be bummed to hear this part out. So I was doing shows, festivals, I would do custom Funkos, blanks that I would paint up. If you go through my Facebook feed and just search Funko David Lozeau, you'll see some of those from the previous shows, and we would give those out to whoever showed up first and asked for them. We made people ask, made them have to get in front of me and ask for it, but we gave those away, and it was really fun. People really enjoyed collecting those. So I do enjoy doing those. The downside to that, whenever I do this big stuff, though, is that, the three-dimensional is you can't make prints of it. So, I try and find work where everybody can share and have some and be able to get prints of the work that I do. So I tend to do the Funkos as fun giveaways, but the bigger three-dimensional stuff, I like the, the flat stuff where I can make prints and people can share the work. I do love surfboards and I do love motorcycles and doing some fun stuff like that, though. So don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the three-dimensionals too. I agree, buddy.
It's exhausting being a star like he is.
But to follow up on Matt's question about three-dimensional stuff, I actually do have a commission coming up later, probably a couple months before it gets onto the table. But it is a custom gas tank for a custom-built motorcycle. So I will stream some of that because that's different for you guys to see, fun to share. So you'll see some of that process, and I'll make sure that I share that. Kind of give you some insight on what the differences are. I love when the gas tank shows up separate. I hate when it's attached to the motorcycle and me and my crappy old back have to try and finagle painting in weird shapes and angles. I'm kind of a princess.
Dan Martin says hi, y'all.
Dan Martin. Speaking of Funkos.
He's got one or two.
He's got one or two, yeah. He played the game.
Yep. He gets it. So hard to keep guns in them.
Hey, he doesn't want to play your game.
He's taking your face cam time a lot.
That's fine. I know my role. Probably I'm behind the scenes talent. He's camera facing talent.
Dan says I had to stop you from talking trash when I missed out on Funkos. Only because you were such a winner.
People like Dan made us put rules in place.
Yeah.
And they're too good at the game.
To make it harder.
Yeah.
Right. Matt says I have to share some of the same art with you that I do on 30mm bullets. They're huge bullets that are A10 Warthog liners for its note.
We have Warthog piece one of these days. That will happen.
Yeah, you've only done a funny one, right?
Yeah.
How big are those bullets?
Well, we've seen the 20 mil, and I have 20 mil over in the shelf
That's a
over
20
there.
is what you have over there?
I have a 20, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 30 is like person size.
Well, again, the Warthog's just a plane built around a gun.
Mm. Uncle Dano on Instagram says such talent. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Uncle Dano. Book 'em. Yeah, I'm just stoked you guys are hanging out. Watch me make this weird stuff.
Matt was saying, the Warthog is his favorite aircraft.
For sure.
I've called Close Air Support, EGA. The GS using it. The round is 12.5 inches by 2.5 inches.
That is big enough for a painting.
Oh, close air support engagements. Wow, cool. Close is close. We're talking about close air support engagements. So what does that mean? Ribbons is awesome work. Curious if there is neon highlight colors that pop your work when the lights are off.
No, we don't do any blacklight stuff. My work
There's
is...
a whole thing here. People could
I know, my work is trippy enough.
Back in my college days, I would have...
Yes, and people have asked for years for if that's in there or for me to do that.
Can't companies do prints with ink that does that? Is that...
Yeah, what you do is you make an you kind of make them like you do a sticker die. You basically paint it and then you export a channel that has all those things in there and they print it on an overlay varnish that has that glow in it. I am a cranky old man, and I think the art should be good enough without it glowing.
Oh, I don't know.
Although there are some pieces though that there is a case for it, and there are times that a piece could benefit from glowing. My EDM tribute piece. Paint's getting crappy. Paint's getting crappy. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
go to the buns.
Cam.
Go to the buns cam.
Oh. He moved again. He's gonna make it easy on
He's not gonna cooperate.
Oh, buns. The buns. A little face stuff if you want. Ugh, again. So what are you doing? What was the point of that?
I had to mix some new paint because it was getting thicky.
Yeah, why don't you explain
Oh,
that?
so I reduced my paint so that it flows very thin, like I like to make the strokes, and then after a while I have to remix new paint because it gets thick. It starts to get feel a little rubbery. I like my paint to be the consistency of almond milk, and kind of keep it in that vicinity because I can paint a lot faster and cleaner when it's functioning in that manner. If that makes any sense.
Cool story, bro.
Cool story.
Is this comfortable?
That's what we're here for. Is comfort. This is why I like my paint to flow well. I can make these strokes quickly.
Turn up a little.
Sorry, I ran away. I can make these strokes quickly and get in, and the line doesn't break. It's smooth. And go thin.
Dan is saying he likes the playlist tonight.
Excellent.
Yeah, has a little bit of a Western feel.
Yeah, a little Western feel to it.
Jolene says my friend loved the beekeeper print she sent.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Jolene.
John Fraser says amazing, the detail.
Thank you, John Fraser. Appreciate you hanging out with us. My favorite part, chopping in all the detail, is I want to zip through the beginning part of the painting just to get to this part. This is the best part.
A little dog, not properly.
Never gonna.
Jolene says you're so steady-handed. If I ever have surgery, I want someone to give you instructions on how to cut and sew me up.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Please don't have this man a knife.
If things don't go well, though, I do get to keep your skeleton. That's my payment.
God.
In lieu of payment, there's always room on the shelf for another head.
Oh my gosh, Jenny Stevens.
Oh.
Hi, I miss you guys. I have your girl with the gun still in my house. Oh my gosh.
Great to hear from you, Demi.
So long.
It's an OG kind of night.
Yeah.
Handle things Redondo style. That's my favorite quote from her. When she had the incident with the art, and she's going to take care of it.
Redondo style. John Fraser says, I'm cooking tonight, so I'm not just sitting here constantly, but I've admired your work for quite some time.
Oh, thank you. You can just sit here constantly.
We'll let them pop in.
Pop in. But thank you. Appreciate it. Again, this is, I love painting. I'm painting tonight anyway, so here, hang out. This is what we're doing. This is what it's for.
Oh, Demi's in Louisiana now.
Yes, I thought she was going south.
For some reason, I thought she was in Texas. Why did I think Texas? Oh my goodness. Keeps moving over. Wow. Melissa Comstock, hello, she says.
The veteran.
You might know her as Mel Arcana.
Yes.
Check name.
Not going to miss a stream.
Albatross over on YouTube is saying I saw your artwork on Instagram.
Oh, Albatross, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the art.
Kitty Fuentes Conrad says, hey David, your art is hanging in my living room. 4 pieces. My favorite are the loved ones and the Western theme. And I love the shirts I have as well.
Thank you, Kitty. Appreciate the support.
Do you think you'll get some larger tanks, like 1X or 2X, when the summer comes around? Oh, that is such a frustration.
Yeah, we don't control the size availability on the tanks. We're kind of limited to what the company we use produces, and we're always trying.
Yeah, you trade back with it.
The global pandemic has made it even harder for materials and price shifting. So we're always looking though, and we will, if that ever becomes available, we will add those for sure.
Yeah, they do extra small, and they all run small.
Who's that?
Like,
Who's that asshole?
Like a 5-year-old wears that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because the tanks run small, and then they top out at XL, and that's like all we can get. It's a bummer. But
Extra small.
Always looking. Yeah. Always trying.
Out of principle, we'll never stock extra small.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
No. That person could just ride a hummingbird to a different store, apparently.
Demi says, gotta go, but wanted to say hi, love you guys, hello to the dogs too, come visit Louisiana.
Thank you, Demi, so much. Again, appreciate you hanging around still.
Yeah, bye, Demi. That's so cool.
I was up in the OG years.
Louisiana.
Where have our invites been today? Kentucky, Louisiana. This is a lot of traveling.
Jolene says, who's reading the comments? I appreciate you too. Yeah. I'm a secret helper.
It's used to see your weapon.
I'm weaponized. Trying so hard to get the dog to...
I don't know why you're bothering. He's just
the
not
right
cooperating.
Way. Oh, he's so... Oh! Oh. And then he hides his face. I swear. Boo.
I'm gonna get my head in the way for a second.
Oh no.
Everybody hold. Just holds on.
I feel like your face cam has been focused on that big owie on your head. That's all I'm looking at.
Sorry, everybody.
Smarty Pants hit his head so hard. What'd you hit him? What'd you do?
The loading your stupid rocks.
Loading my rocks. Into what? What'd you hit him?
In the car. On the window it was open.
Oh.
Oh no, it was loading your big stupid plants.
My stupid plants.
Yeah.
In the stupid car.
Yeah.
And you hit your stupid head?
Cracked it.
Oh. Crack-a-lacka.
Through the bloods.
Albatross is saying, saying how many times do you practice? Sorry, I don't have good English. So probably like how long have you been doing this?
Oh yeah, so Albatross, I've been painting for, boy, these are always the math times. I've been painting now for, actively painting for 2000.
Really?
8, 9 maybe?
Yeah, 8 or 9. Really?
Yeah.
When you just started doing any?
So painting for about 15 years is fair. 15 years, and I've been full-time now for about 10. This is all I do. This is all I'm good at. So this has to work. Go back.
Yeah, he's saying, I think it means like how much a day to...
Oh yeah,
like,
so...
How often do you think you paint?
So, perfect example, I am probably actively in the studio doing work 4 to 6 hours a day in my studio. Doesn't mean I'm painting. I've been painting actively the last couple of weeks. I have a big, large commission, so it's kind of project oriented. And then there's the business of art, emails, file preps for licensing agreements, legal contract stuff, scanning new work, making all the digital files for the printer, proofing stuff. So there's a lot of the business of art takes a lot of time too. But actively painting, I don't paint every day because the other business stuff just does get in the way. Now that I have this new studio we moved into in the last 6 months, I'm trying to move towards painting every day. And for me, on a good run, I can paint for probably 3 hours, 4 hours without a break, without getting up and just hammer through. And then my eyes will say, okay, take a break. And if that's not what you meant, ask again. Keep asking your questions until I get it right.
Pedro G over on Instagram says talent, my G.
Hey, thanks, Pedro. Appreciate you joining me here. Me too. Some depth to this.
Matt Kidd said sent a few pics of those bullets I mentioned on your messenger.
Oh, excellent. Check those out.
Yeah, see that.
I think the next plane I do will be a Corsair, I think. That's in my sketchbook right now, so we'll see if that happens.
What does that plane do?
Yeah, primarily a Navy plane from World War II. Has the bent wings.
I don't know if I know what that is.
It's a great model. Unfortunately, they show it with the wings folded on the Midway down in San Diego.
I'll do it.
It's off requested from the World War II stuff. So.
Oh, it's a World War II.
Yeah. And again, I'd like to do a B-17 eventually too, but again, I could paint old World War II aircraft and no one will care about me, but that's...
World War II is pretty popular. Albatross saying I want to get my style. So really, how much practice should I do for drawing? Lots, right? I mean...
Yeah, and getting your style is the hardest part, And the best way to do that is to just, do a ton of work. Draw a ton. If you are stuck with what to draw, copy somebody else's. You're not selling it, you're just learning, and keep copying, keep drawing, and your style will come out if you do a ton of work. You don't try and be something, just make art the way your brain sees it. Create, and then let that style kind of come out naturally. Again, getting your style is the hardest part, being different and finding what makes your work special. It is the biggest challenge with art. And there's no quick way to get that. There's no recipe either.
Patrick over on Instagram says, hi David, always love the live stream.
Hey Patrick, thanks for hanging out with us. Live stream is one of my favorite things. Again, I miss talking to people while I paint. This kind of fills that empty hole in my heart. Yeah, we're getting a little more regular schedule, being able to do these every week. So we're just bouncing around. We'll never have a set, this is the exact time, but we usually, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in the 3 to 5 PST time is usually what we try and make happen. Our life seems to allow that so far. But we'll try and do more of these, sharing paintings. We'll do some just sharing drawing, where I just get a digital pad out and we just sketch. Maybe we'll try some other things too if people want to see other stuff. So. A tough spot. I have to go down a little more or raise the art a little more. I'm at a tough angle here.
Your chair doesn't go down more?
It goes, yeah, it goes down more. My head's just gonna fall out of the frame. Does that work for you?
Yeah, I'm on buds most of the time anyway.
All right.
Face cam.
Face cam.
We get to see that your cut again on your head.
Yes. Let me get a little Sharpie right now.
I'll keep it on, buddy. Just move your head back a little, yeah.
Yeah, I've lost sight of that cam now that I'm lower.
Yeah, you're fine. Pedro is saying no, the puppy. I think they'd rather see the puppy than your
yeah.
the big cut on your head.
Yes.
Just an opinion.
Puppy's just clickbait.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys are all falling for it.
That's true. Look at the puppy. Free puppy with every painting.
Like and subscribe, you'll see more of the puppy. If not, we kill him.
I've got a gun to his head right now.
Like and subscribe, or the puppy gets it. Nobody buys this painting, the puppy's in trouble.
And Pedro says hooked.
Yeah. I mean, all money from the art goes to him.
It's true.
You guys should buy everything.
It's true.
Buns is not impressed.
He is sawing logs. I just realized on the big cam I can see the cut on your head. Oh man. The things you do for plants.
Am I still in the frame down here?
Yeah, right. It's low. I mean, if you move to doing the gun, because it's where the comments are.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to move to where the gun is.
Albatross says, thank you. I have to go now, but I feel your technique and passion. And I'll practice harder.
Well, thank you, Albatross. You come hang out anytime you want. Keep making art.
Yeah, good luck.
And the key thing with those kind of, if you're trying to do art, the key thing is just to make art and get technically strong and not put pressure on the art to be something it's not, to be your livelihood, to be, so you can quit your job. You got to make art first.
Chase fads or
yeah,
to price it so high.
Yeah.
Now you price yourself out of the market.
And if you're a starting artist, I should do NFTs now or whatever other crap. Just make good art and then worry about the rest later. But you got to make good art and work on your technique and find your style. Those are the most important things. You can get caught up watching YouTube and Instagram and seeing these artists, so-called artists, you just gotta make good art first and worry about that. Social media can be a real trap and a demotivator.
Why don't you move up to the gun?
Why don't you move up to the gun?
Do the folds on the cloth.
But you forget I have a big stupid left hand. Who's going to complicate that matter?
Technically should have started on the gun.
Yeah, well I didn't know this went pretty fast. Let me finish this sleeve right here and then I'll move over up to here. You can't see that yet, but there you go. I'll come back up here. This is still in the works.
All right, Albatross said, yep, we'll do that. And I said, bye.
See you later, Albatross. Thanks for hanging out again. Hope I can inspire and just make art. All right, I'll pop over and start working on this spot right here without putting my hand in it. That's gonna be. I'm gonna slide the art 3 inches to the left just to make my head not be in frame. If you're on Instagram, you're already seeing a fraction of the work. If you want to see the full painting, YouTube and Facebook give you the full widescreen version, so just so you're aware.
This is pretty good though. I can see the guy and some of the gun, so. You don't get a puppy cam, but.
Yeah, why would you be here other than puppy cam?
It sounds like it's raining a lot, but it's like no accumulation.
It's coming down pretty hard right now.
No. I mean, 0.01 inches in the last 24 hours. It's really not.
Not gonna get it done.
It's not getting anything done. So we're about, what, 45 minutes in? How much longer do you think it would take you to paint the whole thing?
The whole painting, 45, probably another 2 hours. Well, that's because I've also cheated, and you guys can't tell, but the end of the gun is already painted. I started that today before the stream for about an hour and a half. So this whole painting is probably, this enamel part is probably 4 to 5 hours for all the enamel. So the entire painting itself, how much time it would take? Let's see, you got about 10 hours. He's a little smaller than I normally do. He's about 12-24. Usually I do 18-24 or a little larger. So, let's give you an idea on that. I like that hand up there.
Color Calavera, so it's great.
Color Calavera? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Color Calavera. Appreciate it. Again, this painting has something that I do enjoy doing, which is painting something that's solid black. A lot of the gun is brass, but a lot of the gun is also black. So it really gives me a chance to kind of carve out the different shapes. And I'll show you here on the end that I've already done, so you can kind of see how it looks with the all black part. So that's the end of the gun. You know, so I enjoy the challenge of carving out those shapes without being too much. And so if you follow the gun down further, all these barrels will also be all black, just like the same huge support bar is all black too.
I didn't know it would look like that.
Yeah, so I really enjoy that. So the reference photo of the Gatling gun that I have. So you can see, you know, it is, you know, almost all black. And there's some of this, I chose to show those highlights with color like this on the gun, rather than different tones. I like the strikingness of the boldness of the black. So that black will really be all these barrels too. So again, I really enjoy that challenge of, you know, painting black with black and trying to give it depth and highlights.
Road King Rider on Instagram says, or I'm sorry, Ken on Instagram says, wow, it looks great.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
Can you move it a little bit more to the right?
More to the right?
You cut out the Cowboy a little bit.
Oh, that's what I do. Screw these up. Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, I'll post process pics of the finished version of this. Prints will be available probably, what do we say, end of the month?
Yeah.
End of the month, we'll have canvas, paper, all the goodies. And we'll also be launching, along with this print, we'll launch the twin skeletons from the last stream, along with the World War II Storming the Beach piece, which is from the stream a couple weeks ago. So all those are all coming. Will all be launched. Make some new paint. The paint's gone crap. So because I've already painted this and I'm in danger of running my dumb hand through it, we'll probably do about 10 minutes more. So get your questions in. Get them on in. Again, thank you guys all for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep painting here a little bit. And we'll get those last couple questions in. Again, if you're watching this and it's already finished and you're watching the replay, then fire your questions into the comments and I'll make sure to get to them. Just gonna mix my paint, this new freshy paint, because I got a big curve to do, and you want your paint to flow nicely, so you can do a nice curve in one stroke. So, too much paint. Carve it, just pull that guy in one stroke. There we go. I lied. Go back and do one more stroke. I love antique machinery, guns, tanks, cars, motorcycles, everything from that, in that late 1800s, early 1900s. I just love the primitive style, the bolts, the exposed metal, just that really fun to paint.
I'm always so freaked out that you have this big glob on your brush.
Mm-hmm. I
It
paint with a fat-filled brush.
It like feels like it's gonna fall at any second.
And it does. Bad things have happened. It can all go wrong in a hurry. You see me pull forward and push back a little bit, just trying to give some volume, some weight to this brass cylinder. And at some point where it rounds a corner here, I'm going to push it back a little more solid. That helps to give a little weight. So you want everything to feel, because I do line work, I got to make sure that, the lines are the proper thickness and have the proper weight. That's the biggest thing. None of my lines are perfectly straight and the same weight. They're all a mixture of thick, thin, and a little different, we're use the word volume, but different weights to the line thickness and the textures created by those lines. That's just some nerdy art talk.
Dan is saying any sculpture stuff on the calendar.
Great question, Dan. No sculpture stuff in the plan yet. We might do some more later in the year. Maybe towards the end of the year, we might try bring something back for fun, because I do enjoy that, and I'm missing that avenue right now.
Probably though, just one-offs, right? No,
Yeah.
No resin sculpts, no.
Yeah, probably no more resin sculpts, just because the sheer amount of time and effort to produce them is difficult. But maybe some one-off custom sculpts, small, big, I don't know. Maybe something. We have not forgotten sculpts. It's a fun deviation from the painting. So maybe we'll try and make something match the painting. But we do have a 3D, some 3D, I call it 3D art, I guess. We'll be cheeky about it. That will be released in as part of our spring release, we're kind of calling it. The 3 pieces of original art. There's also something you'll enjoy, I know for sure. It's being released along with that. That's all I'm going to say about that. But if you follow the art and you missed out on something cool you tried to buy a couple months ago, we may have your salvation. That's a crap line.
Dan over on Instagram says, hi, David. Different Dan.
Different Dan, thanks for joining us. Different Dan. Maybe it's a better Dan, we don't know.
Could be. Dan knows you so well. He goes, I didn't miss out, but I'm always happy to have another version.
Dan gets it.
He knows all your
He
tricks.
gets it, all my stupidness. This will be the last version, Dan, so I'm excited. I'm a little sad that it's the last version, but we have new sketches in the work for a new secret thing, so. Time for that secret thing to be retired. Can't pull one over on Dan. Perfect example too is another painting a black handle. And rather than just coloring it all in black, I'm giving it some interesting textures to kind of show some light cast. Again, this is weird stuff in my brain kind of stuff. Like, there's no roadmap to this. I'm just kind of like, what feels good and what gives it some weight.
Nomadic Blue Art says Terminator Western style.
Exactly. This Gatling gun is from 1870, late 1870s. So it was Terminator before it was cool. Dun 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 dun.
I missed it a few minutes ago. Ken had said, thanks, David. Looking forward to visiting Ian's to pick up more of your great work. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. Sorry I missed you.
I was getting this one.
Some cool rich highlights in here. Connect this to this.
Amazing commentary.
Makes it all cool.
I didn't know trees.
Mm-hmm.
So you just decide that highlight was just too...
Yeah, because it's going to get so thin on this highlight here. When I pull this line down, that would just have been too many lines. It can get distracting.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Because the idea is that this hairline, this line here and this line here are the two hard edges that are catching light. So that's kind of why you're seeing it. So I give it some of the shapes and shadows to kind of show the other angle and just give a little visual interest rather than just painting it a plain black handle object. You're just filling it all in black.
Nomadic was saying, how do you get your perspective, basic shapes or build up?
So Nomadic reference photography. I have full body skeletons. I have Western outfits. I have mock weapons. I hire actors and reenactors, not actors. Clint Eastwood's not showing up. But I have reenactors to get the photos correct for my big pieces. This one here, I used on-site reference photo, and I used a model to get the position right in the clothing. But that's unfortunately for me when I do big pieces involving weaponry, period correct weaponry. I like to have reenactors so that I can make sure that everything's correct. Those guys know what they're doing, so I make sure that everything is the right style, the right look, not taking any leeway with the historical aspect of it. Now I'll stretch a little bit and fix a couple bolt holes here and there to make it more aesthetically pleasing. But if you own an 1878, Colt Gatling gun, I want you to go, oh yeah, there's my gun.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, I own that. I want that guy to be super stoked.
Jim is asking, I may be reading too much into this, but who is he shooting at?
This is just undetermined. I feel like he's on the back of a train, and he's kind of stolen this from the army, like an army train.
Uh-huh.
I feel like he's just, he turned it on them, and he's just, I don't know why my head feels that.
A future painting, the other perspective.
Yes.
With a guy in the back of a train with a Gatling gun.
Well, and the reason that that's probably in my head is that the other Western piece that I just came up with that I'm going to paint at a later date is a train piece. That's probably why I'm all trainy.
Igor Flores over on Instagram says, I make tattoos with your art.
Thank you, Igor. Appreciate it.
Let's see some of it.
Yeah, post up some pics. And I'll give you my Venmo, and you can shoot them over.
I accept cash.
I accept cash. These detail down here at the bottom, the kind of underlaying pants. A lot of this I'm going to darken out because I really don't want your attention wasted down here. I want you staring at the stuff up here. So I'll kind of go in like this and just start to carve out highlights, but I don't want you wasting your time in here.
Don't waste my time down there.
No. So I'll show there's a belt there, but we don't need to see the whole belt. And that was another reason to have that nice white highlight around the handle. Anything behind it, like this stuff here I'm doing now that's also black, would just blend with the handle, and the handle would lose its shape. And you'd lose what it is.
Nomadic is asking, when did you start doing the enamel in a darker shade of the background and not just black? Is it something you tried differently and just liked it?
Yeah, so it's tough to see in the camera, but the color you see here is just a dark, dark, dark brown. I never use black because it does flatten the image and gets a little stickery. I started doing that almost relatively quick from when I started. I'm trying to think of the order of things, but relatively quick from when I started using enamel. I realized that there's a lot of guys who did black, and it just kind of flattened the object. And just with experimentation, as I was learning the medium, I quickly found that I liked what it did when I kept the color in there. You just kind of give a more natural feel to it, and it kind of blends with the background rather than being something on top of a background. With line work being so strong, I got to find ways to soften that. That's why my backgrounds are usually atmospheric, is if I was to render the entire thing meaning doing enamel over the entire thing with some Western town. It would just look like a flat comic book page, and really can get busy very quickly.
Can you go back up?
Yep. And just leave that part.
Where's your hand? Yeah, just because.
We just won't paint that part.
Yeah.
We'll just leave that. Apparently, it's not good TV.
Troy says I just stopped by for the free popcorn, but since there ain't any, I'm out. Killer painting.
Troy, get on Brody's horn and get a brush jam booked, so we can see all you guys again. You want to be an artist? There's no better reason to be an artist than hanging out with other artists at a brush jam, where everybody's just painting. That is my favorite thing in the world, to watch other creatives work.
Well, those jams you go to, my God, I mean, everybody is hustling.
Oh, and yeah, and to do other things that, like, again, I don't airbrush, so I go a panel jam is what it's called, and it's basically some sign painters and airbrushers. They all get together and they paint and they do all kinds of amazing, share stories and share techniques. It's really a close camaraderie. I've been invited to a few of them and gone, and it's just been amazing fun.
And the Canadians are drinking.
Yes, the Canadians are drunk and just sharing stories. Yep, if doorbell's on the stream.
Fins.
And the Finns. Yeah. So,
all the cold-weathered countries.
Yes.
Strangely tend to be the drinkers at these events.
but some of the most fun memories as an artist I've had is sharing some time with those guys. They're just amazingly welcoming to a brush artist who doesn't do what they do, but it's just so fun to hang out with them, and I've really enjoyed it in the past. Troy
says you need to have a jam at the Avocado Ranch. He doesn't know that I'm locking you and the rest of them out.
Yeah. I already brought that up, and I was.
You fools aren't coming on this property. We'll shoot you.
Yeah, apparently the security code will be changed.
No hours for you.
But Troy can come down when he prints my avocado sign.
True.
He doesn't know he's doing that yet.
Nomadic is saying, did you design your own website? I love the setup. Is it done via Squarespace or Shopify? I like the cool details of the skull links, etc.
So yes, we designed that based on the Shopify's templates. My job before I was a full-time artist was a designer. So making that look good and making our merch look good and all of our stuff look good is really close to my heart and something I did enjoy doing. To get me to do design work now, though, I am a whiny brat. I don't want to do design work. I'm a painter. God, we've been battling template design for years. Who was it before Shopify?
I can't remember. Oh my gosh.
Began with an F, didn't it? Like
I can't remember.
Folio link for.
Yeah, something back in the day before you had these companies that provided, good stable sites with a lot of different customizable templates. You had to build it yourself, and we just didn't have the technology.
No.
So we had help. We had a guy who did code, and the site was never working well or working good and passing through the right information.
Oh yeah, that was a disaster.
So hard now with sites like Squarespace and Shopify. Not sponsored, by the way. We're just saying.
Yeah, you're all spoiled now because it's so easy to get a website up and running.
Yeah.
You had to actually you even have to talk to a coder, which is amazing. You guys should never have to talk to a coder. You're so spoiled to be able to not have to have that existence.
Yeah, just to have it secure and work well. The images be pretty decent.
And have choice, like what you can pull from. You can get a website with a shopping cart in 20 minutes now.
Yeah, you can.
That was like you had to hire somebody and go through the whole process. I mean, this was just impossible. Am I still in good view here?
Are you what?
Am I still in good view right here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, my big stupid hand. So we'll.
Yeah, because unless you go right on the gun, upper right.
Yeah, I can't get there. My big stupid hand.
Okay.
So we'll. I'm just throwing some black here and use the rest of this paint.
That's a little over an hour. So that's
Yeah. So any questions you have, again, get them in right away. We're gonna wrap this up. Again, thank you guys for joining us. Great questions. Thank all the regulars. Thanks to the newbies. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you're watching this on replay, feel free to ask any questions. This is really fun. We'll be back again next week, and we'll share some more and share a new piece, and we'll see what I'm working on at that time, because I don't even know yet. So we'll have to see. But again, thank you guys for joining me. Have a great rest of the weekend. Be safe, and talk to you guys later.